Okay, then we talked about the fact that you should have foresight, what you're expecting to see, long-term goals and short-term goals, and we had plenty of other topics on ground. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. So I'm coming late. Yes.
I know.
I'm really late. So you're ready for us today?
What's that?
Are you ready for us today?
Yes, I'm 100% ready.
Okay, that sounds good. So
yes.
let's get to meet you actually. I'll just start the recording now. Okay, so let's get to meet you. I know you as Kevin Chris. I think that's what I know about you only. So maybe
that's a good place to start.
Great. So tell us more about you before we go into the talk.
Okay, well, my name is Kevin Christopher, and I'm a stand-up comedian. So I go on stages and I tell jokes and entertain people and stuff like that. And also, I do voiceover acting. I'm an actor. So you can go online, you can go on YouTube and you can see some of my work. I've done a cartoon called Ninja Jamaica. And Ninja Jamaica is a cartoon about a assassin who was lost at sea, and he lost his memory and he doesn't know where he's at, and he's trying to regain who he is and everything like that. And then he's a part of a band, and what happens is everyone's trying to get at him because he has all the information. You got to go online on YouTube and check it out. It's a funny cartoon. And also, I'm an author.
Okay. Yes, I'm aware of that.
Right. I was going to leave that to the end and get to that. But, I'm Canadian on top of all of that stuff. I'm from Canada. So, born and raised in Canada. And, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much about me in a nutshell.
Great. So we're going to talk about the book after this session. We'll talk about your book. I think it's been everywhere, and I've been seeing a lot of reviews. And the bad thing is, I can't even get it here in Nigeria. I've been trying to buy it from Amazon, and it's not really coming down.
Okay. Well, that's weird. That's awkward that it's not able. Maybe on Kobo. Do you have Kobo books?
Okay, I'll check Kobo books out. I don't think I have that. I'll check it out.
Okay.
So let's get to the topic. So you have the floor. You have the floor. You're going to be talking for 30 to 45 minutes, and then you use 15 minutes to pick questions, and then I'll wrap it up. So I will write all the questions out, after which I'll read them out, and then you can address the questions.
Okay.
So you have the floor now.
Okay, so and you want me to talk about the topic of the day?
Yes, chess and relationships.
Okay, so this is my thing right now. With chess and relationships, I believe that chess and relationships go hand in hand, because when you're playing chess, knowing about chess is about knowing about the next move that's going to happen. You can make the first move, right? And in a relationship, the first move is, hi, how are you doing? You look nice. I was standing over there and I saw you over here, and you look like you could use some company, and I wanted to come over and talk to you and, see if we can make a connection or something like that. You shake hands, you exchange phone numbers. That's called the first move, right? So the first move is introducing yourself. You've got to know
network. Oh wow. Yes, network is a little bit bad. That's from my side. Oh, network is so terrible. I'm so sorry. So we're talking about chess and relationships today, actually. So we're going to we have a guest, Kevin Chris, and I think network was a little bit bad. So let me just bring him back so we can continue. Oh, network is so bad. Network is terrible. Guys, is it from my side or from his side? Can I see comments if it's from my side? You can see me clearly. Just let me know. If I'm kind of shaky or so, you just also let me know. Let me know if it's from my side so I can change the server. Wow. Okay, you're back. I'm sorry, network is a little bit rough.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. Sure.
Okay. So you want me to continue what was the last thing you heard?
Just the introduction. Probably just start afresh, everything along, because you were breaking before you faded out.
Okay. So basically, I was talking about the first move, right, in relationships, and we're talking about dating and all that type of stuff, right? We're not talking about a friendship or a business relationship or anything like that. That's a relationship also, but we're talking about relationships, boy, girl, whatever, guy, whatever, girl. You can have all those type of things. So we're talking about the first move, which is maybe in relationship to the chess, is the pawn maybe in front of your king. You move your pawn out. You're supposed to know what the next moves are going to be. You know that if you approach somebody, you're going to get the phone number, you're going to call them, you're going to talk to them, you're going to exchange contact information and get to know the person. So in relationship with chess, you just know the next moves. You know what I mean? You know what's going to happen. You have the French opening. There's a bunch of different openings. I don't know the different openings in chess. I don't know the names of them, but you know that there's different openings. So basically, it's all about anticipation. And going through a relationship, you could start dating. You could date for like a year or so, 6 months, 7 years, whatever. But you know the next move is going to be, maybe marriage or children or something else like that. That's anticipation. That's knowing that your pawns and then your kids, you're hoping that your kids are going to get to the other side of the board and they're going to grow up, right? You're going to be a promotion, right? So you kind of know down the road what's going to happen 10 years, 25 years and stuff like that. That's anticipation. So chess is kind of like life and relationships because it's all about anticipation and knowing what's going to happen. And you know the right moves to make in order to get to the checkmate, right? So that's pretty much the way I see it. I'm always short-winded when it comes to that stuff. I can't really go into like long details about it because I always want to make sure that everybody's on the same page as me. So how do you feel about that so far?
Good, you're doing great. I wanted you to bring that phrase you sent to me in the DM. You sent me something about the queen being able to transform to the pawn being able. Yes, you made something. I think I figured it. So I wanted to bring it here.
Okay, so a pawn, the little pawn, which I always look at as the children. You have the king and the queen, which is mom and dad, right? That's a relationship. The pawns are the kids in front of you. When the pawns go out into the world, you want them to go across the world and explore. You hope they don't die or they get killed. But in chess, you use them as whatever. Anyway, a pawn can become a queen, but a pawn cannot become a king. I don't know how that relates to relationships. That's like a different type of metaphor that I'll put that on you. I don't know if you want to break that down. That's pretty much the thing about chess that I've always looked at. I posted a picture of a pawn looking into the mirror, and then there's a king in the mirror, and that's where I came up with that question. I was like, wait a minute. So if a pawn can become a queen and it can't become a king, how do people feel about that? Is that Is that right? Is it wrong? Should a pawn be able to become a king?
Well, I think because it's chess, a pawn shouldn't be able to come to a king, actually. That's my own point, because you can't have two kings on the board, actually, but you can have two queens on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you
can
have,
yes. You can have more than two queens.
Yeah, you can have more than two queens on the board, actually. So I feel for the king is the aim of the game of chess. It can't be, it shouldn't be double. It's just, the only significant thing about the king, I feel, is the weakest piece, is the fact that it's important. And that's the aim of the game. So you should just stick to that. And then allow the pawn to have the ability to transform to a better piece, become a queen and all of that. It still doesn't, if you're asked to pick a king and a queen on the board, you will definitely pick a king, because that's the aim of the game. Queen has not, it's just strong, helps in fighting and all that, but it's not as important as the king. So I don't think anything should be able to transform to a king at any sort. Irrespective, even if you say 20 queens make one king, I don't think that should be valid. Even if you have
a saying? Is that a saying?
No, I'm just assuming. If you decide to make 20 queens to one king, I don't think it's something that you can't measure it. It's immeasurable. So the king should just take its position as the weakest piece and the most important one.
Okay. That's a good one. I like that one. That was good. That was deep. You got to write that one down, put it on a T-shirt or something like that. I like that one.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. So, so far you've talked about anticipation. I think that's what you hammered on in relationship, chess and relationship. You hammered on anticipation, actually. So I wanted to. Okay, go on. I'm listening.
So with relationships, you have the opening, you have the mid game, and then you have the end game. I feel like the opening of a relationship is the dating process. This is before kids. Mid game is kids, marriage, families, Christmas together, this, that, or whatever. End game is the kids have moved out of the house, you're retired, you know what I mean? And you're going on retirement vacations with your loved one or whatever. So I mean that's a part of anticipation. You got to know all that arc, but that's life though. Life is short, you know what I mean? So it's like you just got to know what you want in a person, in a relationship and stuff like that. With relationships, I feel like you just have to know exactly what game you're playing. It's chess. It's not checkers, right? If you're a pastor, you probably want to get with somebody who's in the church. If you're a gangster, you probably want to get with a person who's into gangster stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you two have more in common. You're going to relate more. A pastor and a gangster cannot be together. They just have different views and values and stuff. They're playing two different games. One person's playing Chinese checkers. The other person's playing regular checkers. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to be on the same board playing the exact same game. Because some people they don't understand the game. That's another thing, right? An expert isn't going to have a good time playing somebody who's not an expert. You're not playing to compete at that point. You're just playing to teach type of thing. And, if you're very experienced in relationship and dating and stuff like that, and you get with somebody who's never been in a relationship, you're almost like the teacher of that relationship. And always when you're in a relationship, you end up balancing out anyway. You know what I mean? Like if somebody brings more to the table and somebody brings less to the table, in the mid game, everybody balances out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what happens in the end game. We're not there yet, but yeah.
Okay. So I want to pick 2 points. When I was trying to research on the topic, I think I saw something like commitment. Do you think there's a role in commitment that can actually aid chess players? Do you understand the question? Maybe a role of commitment where something about commitment that chess players have, it must be in the picture, and it's also seen in relationships.
Oh, that's a good question. Say that again. Say that again.
Okay, commitments. Okay, is there any way you feel commitment can be involved in chess and in relationship? What similarity with commitments, the word commitments, in both chess players and in relationships?
Wow, there's no way to ensure commitment. There's no way to ensure that because can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sure. Go on.
Okay. There's no way to ensure it because, just like in chess, you can quit the game.
Yeah.
So how do you ensure that
there's commitment?
That's a good question. You know what, though?
Okay,
the best way to ensure that somebody is committed to the relationship is to make sure that it leads all back to anticipation. And when I say by leads back to anticipation, I mean where I said one person is an expert maybe, and one person is a beginner. The commitment level there, the expert is probably less intrigued to be in that relationship because there's so much that they have to teach, or the person who has a lot of experience, just like, I'm getting destroyed here, I'm not working out, I'm losing, a level isn't there. So balance is a key. Balance is a key. You always want to find somebody who's ranked the same as you are. You have more in common.
Yeah,
are we breaking up?
Actually.
You still getting me?
No, I'm here with you. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm with you.
Okay. So commitment. Commitment is a lot about ranking.
Yeah.
I feel that's just my personal opinion. Your rank determines your commitment level.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Okay. It's very opinionated. It's your view actually, and I buy to that too. But I felt when you talk about commitments, if you're not committed to learning the game of chess, you can't even learn it. If you're not committed to a relationship, it can't even work. It can't even lead to the end game. So I think commitment has to deal with the fact that the amount of commitment determines the progress of both relationship and chess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think that's the relation. That's where I think commitment comes in. To that actually, that's what I was able to pick out. Then,
I like that.
Okay, thank you. I think I saw another word too. Something about sacrifice. In chess, actually, you can give gambits. You can lose maybe in time or lose a piece to get board advantage and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it applies to somehow relationships where you have to give. You're either sacrificing your time or your resources to build trust that can lead to the end game of the relationship.
Okay. I like how you did that. You put a lot of metaphors in there and stuff like that. We're really talking chess and relationships here. We're really getting into it. I like that. That's pretty good.
Yes.
Do you feel okay? So a lot of people feel that business and chess go hand in hand. And in business, a lot of times you're entering into relationships with new people. How do you feel about treating a relationship as a business?
Very heavy word. I don't think you should treat a relationship as a business because business is what is in for me, and that's not what relationship should actually be like. That's being selfish. I think business at times can get selfish. You could get some because you want to make maximum profit, irrespective of whether your consumer is happy or not. You just want to make profits. That's the end game. No matter how you see, that's the end game of business. But I think for relationship, most times it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be something that is selfish. It should be something that you're willing to. It should just be something you're willing to do, whether you get a return or not.
Right.
That's how I see a relationship, okay? Whether it's equally reciprocated, either or not. You shouldn't be as, okay, I'm doing this, I'm expecting this in return. Once that comes in, I think it's getting selfish and it's not a healthy relationship. My opinion though. So I feel relationships should not be like business, okay? Or else it's not, unless it's just strictly official, strictly business. But when it comes to dating, friendship, and all of that, I don't think it should be, in quotes, relationship or business. It's really not my own ideal, actually.
Right. Well, with chess, you can read and study the game. You can study the game. You can study how people play before you ever even play. You can read and study the game. You can study moves, openings. You can study mid-game. You can study end-game. You can study tactics and everything like that. Just like business, and you can also study relationships. There's a book called The Game. I don't know if you ever heard of The Game, and this is about picking up women. There's some player. Yeah, there's a guy. He's like a player. I don't know, and he wrote a book about picking up women, just how to approach them, get their phone number, and you can date them. It's a book. I know a guy who bought the book, and he goes, "Man, I know how to pick up any girl. I can pick up any girl. I read this book." There's books on this, so I mean, you can actually study relationships, you can study business, and you can study chess, just so that you know how to play the game. That's why I kind of think, should we look at it? And I mean, with relationships, look at marriage. With marriage, you sign a contract, right? You can sign a prenup.
Yeah.
You sign wills. You sign. So marriage is an institution. I mean, a handshake is a contract. When you go sit down to play chess with somebody, you shake hands. Hey, all right, how you doing? You know, you agree to sit down, play the clock. You know, you agree to enter into this. What would you call it? Engagement, entanglement? I don't know if that's. You know, you agree to. So it could be like business. A relationship could be a business, because when people break up, it's you know, you got to go to court sometimes. You got to get a divorce. You got to get lawyers. You got to separate, you know, money and stuff like that. I don't know if we're still talking chess here, but I'm trying to find the correlation. I'm trying to find the correlation of how the two go together.
Okay, we're talking about relationship now, so
yes,
I'm still here.
It's complicated. It gets and chess is complicated, and relationships are complicated. We all know that. We all know that relationships are complicated. You know, nobody knows how to do it perfectly. But it's all about. It goes back to ranking. You know, like ranking is a good way to look at a relationship. That's the best way I can see it.
Okay.
You know.
So when you say ranking, what do you mean?
Ranking. Bobby Fischer. Okay. Bobby Fischer's probably ranked way high. He's very good. You know, like what do you think Bobby Fischer's ranking would be? 1,600?
More than that, really. You mean are you serious? Why would you be more than 1,600?
Okay, so he's probably ranked very high. Yeah. Let's say a beginner.
2.5 and above.
Somebody who's ranked under 10,000 would probably be a horrible match for Bobby Fischer. Like, you don't want to watch that game. It's not very interesting. He would get bored. You know, it's not a good match. He wouldn't want to play that game for long. Bobby Fischer would probably say, I don't want to play this game forever. I want to, you know what I mean? Because I know I'm going to win every time. You want somebody who's going to be your ranking. You want somebody who's going to be the exact same ranking as you. So the game is interesting. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I mean by yeah, and relationship.
I get that. But there are also people, you know, you can also see someone that is far below you, but the person is doing exceptionally wonderful on the board. You're playing someone that is far below you. It's obvious, but what the person is playing is above your expectations from the person. Most times it doesn't really make the game very boring. I think it creates this anticipation of, okay, I want to see how far he or she can go. Let's see how much this person can pull. And it keeps you in the game too, actually.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I feel like, I'm not trying to be sexist, but I feel like a rich man could marry, you know the Cinderella story. You know, she's with the prince, marries the girl who she mops the floors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You never see that in reverse. You never see a queen marries like a guy who's like a garbage man. You know, she's like, oh, who's that garbage man? I want to marry him. It's never.
I think we have to create a movie like that.
That's bad for me to say, but
we're going to create a movie like that because Cinderella story is also a story. We have to.
That would be a great movie.
Disney World and send it there so as they see too. It can be the other way around.
Yeah. Let me change the lighting for a second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna change the lighting.
That's fine. I'm waiting. I'm here. That's fine. So guys, who do I have here? Tina, how are you doing? Tina Chess. Please, I want to meet you after the game. You could send me a DM.
There we go.
Yes,
I felt like my lighting was wrong.
Oh, okay. I think it's better now.
Okay. So how are the comments going? Are there any comments?
Yes, but I think it's more of my page. I got reviews. I think maybe some of your friends actually just joined my page. So they were saying things like, what's this chess doctor? I haven't heard it before.
Oh, chess.com? That's where I play chess, and I think that's where me and you played chess.
Yes, I think the person is new. This person was like, yeah, it's right in real life. When you are depressed, it helps. I think probably talking about chess, the balance of chess or something. That was just that only 2 comments here present now.
Who was that? Shatren J Baz. Okay. What do you feel about that?
Well, I think he or she was talking about what chess does to him or her or something when he's depressed or she's depressed and she plays chess, something like that.
That's a personal thing. That's a personal thing.
Yeah,
that's not really a relationship thing. I mean, yes, when you're depressed, it helps. Yeah, that's a good point. Let me scroll. Let me keep scrolling through the comments. I just want to see what is chess doctor. Okay.
Person is new to the page, so the title and the bio.
You're getting some new fans here. You're getting some new fans.
Yes. Normally I do the live show every Sunday, but last month has been crazy, so I've been a little bit caught up with work. So I just had to rush back and say, let me do this live show today, and we are talking. So okay. So about your new book, I think we can get to know about your new book. I'm so excited. I've been seeing so many things about it, so many reviews. And I'm hoping one day to be a movie, the way we have Queen's Gambit everywhere. I'm hoping yours will be a movie someday. It might not be now. It could be 20 years from today. It could be 30 years from today. But I'll be very sure when the movie will come out, I'll say, yes, I'll save this live video. I have a live session with him, the author of the book.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I had a one-on-one session with him. So tell us about the book.
Okay. The book is called The Queen's Way. And it's about an exotic dancer who she grew up as a chess prodigy. She's very good at chess. And as she grows older, she goes out into the world. She is promoted into the world of celebrity exotic dancer, where she's at the strip club, she's dancing on the poles and stuff like that, and she uses her chess tactics to manipulate her co-workers and the other and the customers into navigating her way into becoming the manager of the club. So when she becomes the manager of the club, she is able to collect more money, and that's the end of the game with everybody. It's capitalism. Now every chapter in the book is a move. So it's a 19-game move, 19 chapters, 19 moves, and the last chapter is checkmate. And so at the end of the book, all the pieces in the game and all the characters in the story are in the same position, right? As if she played everybody. So there's a picture at the end of the game where you see the board and then you see the people in the office. And you see that all the people are standing in the same place, and it's checkmate, and she wins. She kind of wins everything at that point. So it's all about reading the book to find out how she gets all the people into that position. And it's a comedy, and it's got all the details in it. It's got drama, it's got tears, it's got sex, it's got money, robberies. It's a fun read.
I'll look for
19
the book,
chapters.
I'll definitely. What was the inspiration behind that book? True life story or just your imagination?
I'm a strip club DJ, so I DJ at a nightclub, and so the quarantine happened, and we're just locked down. And I wrote a script for a movie, and I pitched it to the people at the nightclub because they had so much money, and they were spending all the money on the club. Like they bought a wall with a bunch of lights, and they spent $100,000 on the wall. And I was like, you guys are just throwing away money. I was like, let's do a movie. And then I wrote the script, and then I gave them the script, and they said, we don't want to do a movie. And I said, okay. So the script just sat there, and then in the quarantine, nobody was working. We're all in the house. So I said, what am I going to do? I played chess all day, and then I just started writing this book. I turned the script into a book, and now I put it out there on Amazon, and I hope everybody buys it and, enjoys the book.
Wow. Okay, that's really great. So it's like you were actually picturing this character in your workplace.
Yes.
Just in your imagination, said, okay, this is what happens at work. You could just put her here and see how she can maneuver her way. So it's not one-on-one interactions with the work. So it's like you know every single detail, every underground thing that happens at work. So you could just maneuver her, the character, into having everything in your. I'm going to look for the book. I have to look for the book. That's possible. It sounds really.
I'm gonna get you a physical copy of the book.
Oh wow, really? That would be great. I can't wait to have it. No, I'm excited actually. I'm trying to picture so many things, and it's going to be really good.
And the thing about the Queensway, the title Queensway is an actual club where I worked. Now, where I worked was called the House of Lancaster, but you're still there, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So it's called Queensway. The street of the club that I worked on was called the Queensway. The actual street that I worked on is called the Queensway. So this book is based on real events that really happened, and also it's fictional. I made up the whole story, but a lot of things are real. So in real life, the club closed down, and we moved to another club. In my story, the last chapter, the club closes down, just like this club, and so that's like based on the real life. We had a lot of celebrities come through to the club. This club that I worked at, Cardi B was there. You know Cardi B? She was there. Snoop Dogg was there. A lot of celebrities came through. Director X was there. It was crazy. We had a good time. And it's based on real life. Can I pin the link in here? Is that possible?
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, definitely. Do that.
How do you
I'll
do
put
that?
it up on my story too. Maybe when you're done too, you could send me on my I can put it on my story too.
Okay.
Below the caption of this.
Okay. Hold on, let me grab my other phone. Just 1 second.
Okay. So, who do we have here? Hi, Anthony. Anthony, how are you? We are just talking about chess and relationships, and you're an hour late. We're almost rounding up. We're almost calling it a day. We've talked about so many things, ranging from anticipation to commitment to sacrifices. So just make our time and watch the clip when we are done. You can rewatch it if you want.
So I just joined right there too also. So when it comes to relationships, that's my book in a nutshell. I don't know. I hope that everyone gets a chance to read it and take it in and post a comment about it, do a review. I'm very curious to see what people think of the book and everything like that. So let me know.
I like the character actually. I think I like the whole story. I wish they can put it to a movie. It's going to be something that everybody can actually. You've seen Queen's Gambit?
Oh, good. I was hoping you were gonna lead there. That is a great series. I like how she learns chess and then she becomes like a good chess player and stuff like that. So even with the book that I wrote, when I released it, everybody was like, "Wow, this is good timing." It's a good time to release a book like this because of Queen's Gambit. It's such a good story and everything. It's been #1 on Netflix for a long time. It's crazy.
It's amazing. I like the fact I grew up when you watch all these sports movies. I've seen that of basketball. I've seen that of athletics. I've seen that of football. But we've not been able to see something that is really showing chess in depth, like the whole activity, the whole challenges, how you start, everything that goes on in the chess world. So that movie was able to capture. And after the movie, I got a lot of my friends started reaching out to me. I want to learn chess. I think it's time for me to learn chess. And when I hear them say, I've been begging you since to come and learn the game. So what just triggered it? They was like, I just saw Praise Gambit. That movie is dope. This is that. I need to learn. I'll say, okay, don't worry. Let me see how your passion is. If you can keep this energy for like 2 months, 3 months, I know you mean business. Let me sure you're not carried away with the euphoria of the movie. But I think the movie is something that a lot of people have recognized the game chess. A lot of people that have ignored the game. I think they're seeing chess as something you can hold on to. And I liked the fact too, they're trying to portray the character as two-sided. Like that's she does drugs and then it's a two-way. So you don't see that the person is actually perfect. You don't
she's not she's human. Like she has flaws. She has flaws. Yes. Yeah. I also like that the character is female too. I mean, I feel like chess is not promoted to women a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. There are very few female chess players actually. There are very few. I think the ratio will be like maybe 1:10. I think so, if not more, because I'm speaking for Nigeria here. There are just very few female chess players. Very few, of course.
When did you start playing chess? Like at what age?
15 years ago. Let's say I'm like 10, 12, something like that. I was really very young. I was in SS1 then. I was really very young. That was my first outing. So
okay. And how long did and you picked up quickly, or how did it go?
Well, I think I lost the game in 1 week. I went for my first tournament, and I had 8/9. I lost just one game. So it was beautiful because the person that taught me, my maths teacher, he gave me the book, gave me a board, taught me the moves, and told me to go and work on it. That he needed to be a coach, and for him to be a coach, he has to train one person. So I think that was how I got into the picture. I learned the game. He took me for the outing. My first game I lost. I was crying. He told me, "Don't cry. Those people are better than you. They've been playing for many years. You don't need to cry." He encouraged me. He told me, "Okay, do you know what? What I want from you is don't lose on board. There should be no checkmate on this board. You can flag on time. I won't get angry with you. But they should not make you take your time and think of your opponent's next move." Until this, that's how I play chess. Most times I don't even think about myself. I'm trying to read what my opponent is up to. That's all. Once I know what you're up to, my aim is to counter you. That's my problem. Not
really.
I don't. That's how I play. I'm not playing to actually win you. I'm just playing to what's on his mind. Okay, let me counter him till I know I have an advantage. Maybe a piece up, or I've destroyed your king side, and I can say, okay, it's possible. Now let me see if I can send him mates anyhow and all of that. So that was how I used. That was the trick I actually used, and I won the remaining 8 games. And I had a silver medal in that tournament actually.
You had
my first outing, a silver. I came second in the tournament.
Okay.
Silver medal.
Okay.
So he was excited. I gave him the cash prize. He rejected it. I tried taking pictures with him, and since then till date, I've not seen him. I don't know how to look for him. I've checked on every social media, every chess tournament I go to. I try to reach out to Uncle Fumi. I even know him with his first name. I don't even know his other name. I've searched for Uncle Fumi everywhere, and he's nowhere to be found. And somehow I feel chess has given me so much more than even my medical career. Sincerely, I can say that it even paid my school fees through medical school. Is that crazy? So if chess can give me and I learned it just on the platter of gold, carelessly. I feel I've not given back to chess how much it has given to me. So that's where all this whole passion of let me see how I can give, but let the whole world see that this is beyond what it looks like. This is, and all of that. So you play.
So you play to counter your opponent. Like you play for your opponent's pieces.
Yes, I just play to avoid the checkmate, just to read my opponent's mind. That's all I do on the board. That's all I do.
You see, I play directly for the checkmate. I don't care about my pieces. I don't care about taking your pieces. I play I'm focused on your king. I'm focused on, I sometimes I play if I'm losing and I see that, you took my rook, you took my knight, you took this, I just say, okay, you win. I say, okay, you win. I'm not interested. I know some people play for pieces. They don't think about the king. They just want to take away all your pieces. And then at the end, they have all your pieces. So it's just, very easy to get a checkmate. Oh, sorry about that. So I mean, yeah, that's how I play. I play directly for the king. I'm not trying to take any pieces. I want to do it as quickly as possible.
I get that. Well, the aim of the game is actually to checkmate the king. So whichever strategy works for you, if it means going for the king head on, that's fine. If it means just dancing around the board, clearing, reducing the board so you can see well, like me, just reduce the pieces so you can see clearly and see if there's any checkmate available. It still works. The end game is to get a checkmate. So once you can achieve a checkmate.
Some people like to set up. You know, they like to set up, cancel, or castle, and get the, be ready to protect the king. Everything is set up. The king is protected. Now let me go and see what I could do to this person. Yeah. I like to destroy all of that. I take my bishop and I put it right on your king, and I make sure your king cannot cancel. So I destroy that little setup that everybody wants to have there. I like to get right in there and be that person. That's just how I play.
But it's cool actually. You know, a lot of persons too, they play by the lines, like by the books. You know, what they've seen in books, what maybe Magnus has played, what Fisher has played. They just get to carry that whole stereotypic things in their head and put it on board. Once you're able to knock out that arrangement they have in their head, they get stuck. I have a lot of them like that. So most times when I come and I see this person, this very stereotypic person, the person plays lines, plays the books, and now I'm going to play something you've not seen before.
Yeah.
Once I know something that is not in any book, it's on this board that is happening for the first time ever. So if you don't know the basics, you're on your own.
You're on your own.
Yeah, so
that's where ranking comes in. That's where ranking comes in. Ranking means that you know these moves, you know what's gonna happen, and you anticipate, and you know all of that type of stuff. So we played before, so we gotta get another game. I want to play you again.
Okay, definitely sure. I'm gonna play another game.
Okay, is it possible to play on Instagram? Do you think that that's possible? Is it like an app? Or?
I have a demo board. So we could use a demo board actually to get to play. The demo board is at the back, and then you just call your move, maybe D4, D5, C4, E6. We could just do something like that with a demo board.
The next time we talk, we got to do that. And then,
okay.
So you say E4, E5. I like that.
Okay, so I'm going to. I'll try and see if I can fix a match. So I'll just try to make a little PR. Even though I know you're going to win me anyway. Yes, I know that. But we just allow it.
No, man, we're equally matched.
Okay. So I'll work on that. I'll try and make that very feasible. I'll try and make it feasible so I'll know how it works.
Well, hey, all right. It's all about chess. So I mean, anything we could do that's more chess related, I'm 100% involved, and I'd like to, keep growing and keep, meeting new chess people. And the world of chess is so deep. Your background is in the medical field, right?
Yes, I'm a doctor.
Okay, my background is in the entertainment, DJ, that type of field. I mean, we're so vast, such a vast community of people. You have different people from different backgrounds. Politicians play chess. You get, graffiti artists, they play chess. You get doctors, lawyers. Everybody plays chess a little bit. Everybody's different ranking. You know what I mean? And it's all about just meeting up with each other and meeting and understanding a different person's style of play. I feel like when you play somebody, you can really actually, if you know chess good enough, you can understand that person also. I mean,
yes, very true.
Yeah. My style of playing is very direct, like just run out there and do it.
Aggressive.
It's like suicide bombing. It's like suicide bombing. I just want to see what happens. And if I attack somebody and they're way better than me or something, or if I'm better than them, I get to see where I'm at. It's a good way to gauge something. If you set up your pieces before, you get to see how the other person sets up too, and you get to see how they play. So, I mean, chess is a good way to look at life and really understand other people and stuff like that. And I'm glad that chess has brought us together, and so that we could have this conversation and get to meet each other's fan bases and stuff like that. I like that.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your presence. Let me see those online. Anthony King Shaw. Thanks very much for staying all through. So, Kevin, do you have anything to say? Any last message before we call it a day? This is exactly an hour.
My last words I'd like to say is, keep playing chess and keep growing and keep doing your research and becoming, a better you, whoever, to the people who are watching. And, thank you for playing chess. It helped me to reach you because I play chess, you play chess. So, thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate you having me out here. And please buy my book, people. Buy my book.
Yes, they have to. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll just put it up on my story. So you just send me the link and send me all details. DM, so I can put it on my story. Let me see
I'll send you all of that.
Let's go. Alright, thanks very much. We are going to do this again. Next one with the chessboard. So you either openly beat me or I
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
I'll work for that. My next live show, I'll try to see how I can get a board involved. So that's
and you like to play 3-minute games, right?
Yeah, I like blades. I like bullets. It's better for me actually, even though it makes the classics very rusty.
Yes. I don't like playing games with no time. When you play a game with no time,
you spend the whole day thinking. And the trick with blades is you win on boards or you win on time. So for me, if I say I'm losing on board, I put time pressure for you.
Yeah,
so I have to win on time. I don't even stress myself. When I say I've lost a piece, I'm struggling to win on time. I just allow it to. I will give you all pieces to eat. Actually, just enjoy yourself. So,
exactly.
But there are tricks about it anyway. There are different tricks with it.
Okay. What's that? Say it again.
There are different tricks to it actually when playing bullets and blades. So whichever one works for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
exactly. Different tactics, different. I mean, there's so many. That's what studying comes in. I feel like I have one trick. Like this, by one trick. Once you beat that one trick, then I'm scared. I'm like, oh no, they know me. I'm telling you. I need to win. I need to keep my secrets tucked away in my pouch. I can't tell you that. That's my secret.
We'll find out. Don't worry.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. We're going to Queens. Don't worry. By the time we reach Queensway, we're going to reach Queensway. It's embedded somewhere in it. Think about it. It's embedded in Queensway somehow. I'll the book. And I'll fish it out. I'll just send it as a text. I just got your trick.
Actually, you know what? If you read the book, you will find out about how I play.
You see what I'm saying?
I put myself out there.
Exactly. With the book, I feel you just poured yourself out into the book actually. So it's just to read it and try to get the point. One thing is to read it, one thing is to get the point from your own view.
Yes.
So I'll be reading the book to struggle and get your view. I'll get the view. Thank God you've told me about how the book came about, the inspiration, the fact that it's where you work and how you put the character. I'll work on all those things when I'm reading the book, as a promise.
You know what? The book is written about an actual place that actually existed. Another way you can get to know me is you need to visit Toronto, Canada.
Great. I'm working on that. There will be a way around it. Don't worry.
Have you been to Toronto before?
No. Mm-hmm. So probably when I get to Toronto, I'll just look around. And when I look around, I will definitely see Kevin Chris. I'll get to know his way by just looking around the environment.
Whenever you get a chance to come out to Toronto, I'll be your tour guide. I'll show you around the city to Canada, and let me know, hit me up, and you're always welcome out here and to check it out.
All right, Kevin.
Okay.
So thanks very much for your time. I really appreciate this. I'll give you a feedback on when we can play the game. Actually, I'll let you know. I really appreciate your time. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Game.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. So guys, we've had an amazing chess and relationship. So if you missed it, please just go and rewatch. I'll clip this on my feed. I think it's going to stay on my feed for a long time. So you can just pick it and watch in case you missed it. So Anthony Obina. and then King Shore. Thanks very much for staying all the way with me. I really do appreciate your presence and your time. I hope to see you guys when I have my next live show, maybe next week or in 2 weeks' time, okay? So until then.